Hey guy,
What up, dude?
what's going on? You got a purple shirt on or a blue shirt? I can't
Oh,
tell.
it's blue.
Blue, okay.
Yeah, it's blue.
Nice. Got a purple lamp.
Yeah, my lamp's not working right. It's on, but it's not. Yeah, see?
Oh,
'Cause
and you're giving all the viewers the ones that can't see the flashing lights. The
epilepsy.
yeah,
Yours,
they're
yeah.
like
Yeah, it's so that is from my old office was connected to that internet, and the internet, for some reason, that lamp won't connect to the internet.
hmm.
So I can't use it yet until I figure it out. So I might have to buy like a,
Wait, it has to be connected to the internet?
yeah, it's a smart lamp, so I can change the colors and turn the light on and off with my
Hmm.
phone and stuff. So,
So that was the one that was on your desk that we couldn't see that when you would turn it off
yes.
and then you couldn't get it back on unless you did your app.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's the one.
Well, now we can see it.
Yeah, it's right there.
Cool.
Yeah, these lights are, this is all the way down.
Oh, really? It looks really bright there.
Yeah, this is all the way down here. Hold on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's see it all the way bright. That's a nice brick wall. Jesus. Well, it adjusted on the camera, but you did have like a real, like, yeah, you can tell it's. I want to see it all bright with you sitting there, though.
Motherfucker. All right, hold on.
This is good pod right here.
Right? Good pod.
Yeah, I think your face looks darker.
Yeah, because that it lights brighter.
Yeah.
All
All
right,
right,
I'm getting.
go back to normal. Oh, yeah, you turn them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
didn't like that at all.
yeah, I apparently when I went to slide the thing down, I hit the button. So,
All right. How's my lighting?
looks the same as earlier.
Purple couch. I see you got
Your
purple couch there.
your left eye looks darker than your right eye, but your center eye is peacher than your nose, which is weird.
Peacher.
Yeah, peacher.
Peachy.
Mhm.
The only thing I can do differently is that. Does that is that better?
I don't notice a difference.
All right, look at the screen.
I am.
Lock that in. You don't notice the difference. It's brighter. There's literally a light like directly on my face as opposed to just kind of like some mood lighting above me.
Okay. I think it
This
adjusts.
fucking light's super annoying, but I do it because I feel like it lights my face up.
Yeah.
If you don't give a shit, then
I
I'm
don't.
doing this.
I don't
You
give
can't tell the difference in terms of see how darker it is?
Yeah. Well, it gets really bright and then it gets dark, but
No.
it's fine. You look fine that way. You're good.
All right. You know, I think doesn't help is like the background on because I have four screens here. It looks like I'm in the Pentagon and I'm preparing war or something. But like my backdrops here are black, like the
Yeah.
background. So it's not helping light anything. And then, Zoom has like the black bars and there's really nothing to like brighten up my face from the computer. Maybe that would help.
Uh, I'm rocking here. I'll
Whatever.
show
All
you what
right.
I'm.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna show you what I'm rocking.
Oh, okay.
You got four screens,
Yeah.
and I have.
A pillow and a chair.
Yeah, I got that.
A chair with a box, a pillow, and then a laptop.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what I got rocking. You got four screens. I've barely got a desk, a makeshift desk.
Well, I got four screens. One so I can share the screen. I actually have five screen. I have a screen under the desk. Um, for when we do the bonus content and our hands do the talking, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
in order for me to do that successfully, I have to sit on the floor. But if I'm sitting on the floor, I can't see the screen, so I can't see what I'm doing. So I have to move everything to the third connected screen down there, so I can
yeah,
see what that like I'm not like doing this or doing this.
yeah,
That's centered. Anyways, if you're confused by that, viewer listener, you need to go to Patreon,
yeah.
get you some bonus content, and you'll know what we're talking about.
Yes, you will.
Anyways, so yeah. So
Let's
how's
do some words.
you want to just jump right into the words, huh?
I do. I
All
do.
right.
Feel very
Let's
wordy
see if
today.
this is funny today.
Okay.
Let's start with a verb. How about two of them?
Two verbs. Talk and run.
Okay. How about a verb ending in ing?
Let's go with spitting.
Now let's do a verb past tense
Died.
and an adverb.
Mm, quickly.
Okay. Let's move on to adjectives.
Okay.
We had a bunch of those. I had like six of them or something. So
Furry.
furry,
Yep.
okay.
Tiny.
Tiny,
Moist. Red. Wet. And smelly.
okay. Five nouns,
Okay. Uh, dildo. Um, light bulb. Laptop. Sock. And vagina.
okay. Um, now I need two plural nouns,
Titties.
okay.
And waves.
All right. Now I need a type of liquid,
Ocean water.
part of the body, plural. You already said
Ball.
titties.
Yeah, I know. Balls.
Balls. All right, I need another part of the body, plural.
Earlobes.
Earlobes,
Yep.
and one more.
Plural one.
Yep.
Fingers.
Okay. This one is called nursery rhymes.
Okay.
All right. When some furry school students were asked what nursery rhymes popped quickly into their balls or were on the tip of their earlobes, these were their smelly answers. Number one, Jack and Jill went up the dildo to run a pail of ocean water. Jack fell down and broke his vagina, and Jill came spitting after. Okay.
He broke his vagina.
Yeah. So then that nursery rhyme kind of turned into like no, we're just fucking with Jack. Oh, you fell down and broke your vagina?
Right.
Pussy.
Exactly. Fucking pussy.
Number two, Mary, Mary, quite contrary. How does your laptop grow? With wet bells and tiny shells and titties all in a row.
Nice.
Mary Mary's got her titties in a row.
She does.
Number three, three blind waves. See how they run. They all went after the sock's wife, who died off their fingers with a red knife. Did you ever talk such a light bulb in your life as three moist mice? I think Joe Biden wrote that one.
Yes. That's his favorite one, actually.
That was the most confusing one. Nothing in the third one made sense. Not a single thing. The first two were pretty good though.
Yeah.
Jesus. All right.
Fell down and broke his vagina.
Yeah.
Poor Jack.
Poor Jack and Mary with her titties all in a row.
It is all in a row. Very nice. All
All
right.
right. So you got words.
You got some words. Words are fun.
There we go. All right. Move that over here. Get that out of the way. Do you ever play fantasy sports?
Not in a long, long time.
All right. Well, I won't spend a whole lot of time on this, but I want to brag just a little bit.
All right.
I won fantasy basketball and I won two fantasy hockey leagues all in the past week.
Wow.
Yeah, I did. I'm doing really good at the fantasy game here. So
Yeah.
now the basketball, I have no like. I just joined a random league because I also don't know anything about basketball. Like I don't even know names of basketball players. Every time we draft, I look for Michael Jordan.
I know Spalding. That's the only basketball person I know.
Who's Spalding? I don't even know who that
That's
is.
that's basketball itself.
Oh, is it? Oh, there you go. That gives you an idea where I'm at. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, but I won, and then in the hockey, there's a there's a league I created for my coworkers, and then there's a guy I used to work with who started one where he works at now, and he needed an extra person, so he had me join. And I it's funny because I'm in his league and he's in my league, and we both were playing each other for the championships in both leagues,
Oh,
and
nice.
I
And you
beat him
put
in
them on both.
both. So it's kind of like, man, that's got to really hurt for him. Like, at least if he would have won one of them, it
Yeah.
would be like, but I whooped his ass in both. So it's like, man, it's nice. It's a good feeling.
Yeah. Hockey I get, but yeah, the basketball one's interesting, seeing as how you
Yeah.
know nothing about basketball.
Yeah. And I'm currently defending champion of the baseball one that I'm in. Baseball's a little more intense because every single day you have to change your lineups. So,
Yeah, there's only
um,
385 games a year.
yeah, exactly. It goes on forever, it seems like. But, uh, yeah, so that's
I've
good.
done I've done a fantasy football and fantasy NASCAR. Those are the only two that I've ever done.
They do fantasy NASCAR?
Oh yeah.
I have no idea. I should play that and see how I do with that.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I'll have to try the NASCAR one.
Yeah, that one was interesting.
So I've done football the last few years. I have not won football once. Um, my closest I came was that year there was that one player that collapsed in the one like game
Yeah.
towards the endish of the season, and they never like replayed that game or whatever, so I got no credit out of that, and that fucked me for the because I think we were in our fantasy playoffs at the time, which if that guy hadn't collapsed, I would have won that game or that week, which would have put me in. I bet you I would have won the whole thing, but that fucked me up. And then this past season, I did the worst showing I've ever done in football. So it was pathetic. But football is the only one I can't like. My methods of playing didn't work and doesn't work for some reason. So
Did you ever watch the league? I know we've talked about this before.
no, but yeah, we have talked about it. It's and
The,
because that's all about you know
yeah,
fantasy. Yeah,
football.
yeah.
Yeah,
I need to watch it. I need to
that
watch
is
it.
one of the greatest shows. It is so fucking funny. It's very much right up the realm of like Always Sunny.
Yeah, which is
It's
a really funny show.
hilarious.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to watch it. Is it on? What is it on? Is it like Hulu or something?
I think so.
Yeah. All right.
I have it on my Apple, but it doesn't transfer over to my
Right.
Vudu, which is
I
not
was
good.
actually thinking about like, and I should get rid of. So I've been big into Tubi lately,
Yeah.
and Tubi's free. So it's like, I mean, it's got a really good variety of movies that like if you just want to put something on to fall asleep to.
Mhm.
I've been like using that more so than any of the other apps, like streaming apps, just because like that's usually the only time when I can lay down. And so I throw on Tubi. So I was like starting to debate, maybe I can get rid of Hulu and do I really need Netflix? What do we watch on Netflix? Is it worth keeping Netflix? You know what I mean? So I think we'll keep Peacock because of the what's that show?
Traders.
Traders and I think or what didn't wrestling went over to Netflix now. It
I think
used
that's
to
what
be on Peacock.
I'm saying. Isn't that just live though?
Can't remember. Or is everything still on? Because I just got an email from like the Peacock, they'll send you emails, or they just said something about WrestleMania being like watch WrestleMania. I thought everything went over to Netflix. So maybe the Netflix is only for like Raw and or something like that. But I don't know. I don't see. I haven't looked, but
Yeah, tonight's the last
probably
night
split.
of WrestleMania.
Last night, and it's 2 nights now.
Hmm.
WrestleMania is 2 nights in a row. It's kind of ridiculous, if you ask me. Like,
And it's kind of crazy that it's on Easter.
yeah, that's
Just
also weird.
yeah,
I don't think Vince McMahon would have done that. I think he would have been like, "No, we're doing it next week." You know what I mean? Or
yeah.
they would have done it last week or something like that. But maybe they could only get in to that stadium for this weekend.
Well, it's possible. It's
Just so the
possible.
listeners know, today is Easter.
Yes.
So,
Happy Easter egg day.
yeah. And this is what we're doing. This gives you an idea of like what our plans are for Easter. It's podcasting.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
We don't take breaks.
I actually we celebrated Easter yesterday.
Hmm.
Not really, but kind of. You know what I mean? Like I hid the eggs for the kid around the house, which I think he's getting too old for that shit because he found most of them in like 3 minutes. But and then we drove to Nashville
Yeah.
because in Nashville is a like there's a restaurant there that there's also up north. So, for Italian food. So, because we eat Italian for Easter. But anyway, so we went there because it's the only place relatively close that makes sense. So, for like that restaurant. So, otherwise, we'd be driving like 5 hours. And I'm not doing that. So,
Yeah. Thanks. Do you have any Easter traditions then other than hiding Easter eggs for your kiddo?
we used to have like people over, like my mom and whatnot, and we
Yeah.
would um usually it'd be cooking like ham, mashed potatoes, the traditional Easter dinner. But
Yeah.
because where we're at, there is no family, so it was kind of like my wife was gonna make all those things. I was like, it's kind of stupid to like do that. Like, I guess I get it. It's just three of us, but like you're gonna make that amount as though we have five people coming over. And I don't want all that leftovers and because I'm not gonna eat it. There's certain things I eat for leftovers, certain things I don't. And that's one of them I won't eat. So I said the like if you could do a small version of it. Then the other thing is this evening I got tickets for the pro soccer team
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
that I had won tickets on the radio. So because like I wasn't gonna go buy tickets for soccer. I played soccer when I was a kid, but I haven't like watched soccer professionally. So I was like, yeah, I'll win tickets, or I won these tickets, we'll go, and it's on Easter Sunday. Like, what a weird day for that.
Yeah.
But so I'm not even gonna watch WrestleMania. I didn't watch it last night, and I'm not gonna watch it today either.
Yeah, I didn't watch it last night, and I have zero plans to watch it tonight either.
Yeah. So, well, hopefully we
Okay.
don't hurt their ratings.
I'll get uh, I'll get a full run by or play by play on Tuesday when I see one of my clients because he's a big wrestling fan. So
Yeah.
I always find out the story. This
Yeah.
is this is John Cena's last wrestling match, right?
I don't know if it's his last wrestling match, but he is on a farewell tour
Yeah.
of, so it could be. But he turned heel. I know that much. So that means
Yeah.
he's a bad guy now, you know.
Yeah.
The guy that has been a good guy forever is now a bad guy. So, which it only makes sense. I do think it'd be interesting if he won his match though. Um,
Against Cody Rhodes or whatever.
yeah. But man, it's interesting. I could see it. Like if it was me booking that show, I would have John Cena win because, but that would mean John Cena then has to continue on wrestling for at least another month to the next like pay-per-view type thing
Hmm.
where he could potentially lose because it's for the belt. So
Right.
if he won, he would be winning the belt. So he would have to at least wrestle one more match to lose that belt. So, but I don't know. I guess the question comes is how do you want to end WrestleMania? Do you want to end it with everybody cheering or do you want to end it with everyone pissed?
I
Uh,
would say pissed.
I mean, typically they like to end with a big fireworks show and everyone cheering. So that would lead me to believe John Cena will lose. So very well could be his last match.
Yeah.
But I know like The Rock is there or been involved in this storyline, so I'm sure it'll be a
He's not
hubbub. And
wrestling now, is he?
what's that?
He's not wrestling now, is he?
No, but he's playing a character called the Final Boss. So he's The Rock, but he's the final boss. Meaning like if you like on a video game, I gotta beat this guy and this guy and this guy. Oh, now I'm to the end of the game. Oh, I gotta beat the final boss. You know what I mean? So that's the character he's playing. So there might be it could set up for something like that. I don't know.
What if Cena beats Rhodes and then The Rock gets in there and they fight to the death and they both die?
Well, there you go.
That's
That
how I
was
would end the story.
the final boss and John Cena. Well, see, I don't know.
Isn't Cena working for The Rock now? Isn't that like they're
Yeah. Yeah, he like it was a couple pay-per-views ago where John Cena showed up and like I don't remember if he was helping Cody Rhodes or something. It was something stupid like that, but he was there and the old cheery John Cena or whatever and Cena and Rhodes hug in the middle of the ring, like, oh, you saved me or whatever. And The Rock's off in the corner and he goes, "Ugh," like, whatever. And then John Cena backs up and kicks Rhodes in the balls. And I think they had that rapper or whatever, Travis Scott was there.
yeah,
And I don't know if I told you, but you probably heard about it from the one person you talked to about how he like it was a real punch to Cody Rhodes' face. Like I don't think Travis Scott knows that it's fake. So you
yeah.
kind of let up on your hit. No, this motherfucker went straight in and popped him one and a big ass black eye because of it. But anyway, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Um, nobody, no, nobody like coached him up beforehand.
He didn't know that was fake. He was one of those that believe it's real.
Well, I'm sure he knows it's fake, but like when you're high and you're kind of just there because for whatever reason, because you're a name that people know, and they're like, all right, so at this point, they'll tell you, but when they say, all right, do your thing, you just go in and you'll you'll punch him in the face. Not coaching him up saying, all right, just so you know, we're not going full blown punch in the fucking face. We're going like, you swing and then you let up right before you hit. So like you might make contact, but it's not a full blown hit. Yeah, I
Mhm.
don't think anybody told that to him. So
No.
it was like a full blown hit.
You might know this, and I didn't talk to the kid about it, but didn't Bert Kreischer show up and do some fucking wrestling shit?
Yeah. He did what I would call a really helped choke slam, meaning the guy really jumped when he went to do a choke slam. As it made
What was the
like
point
Bert
of that?
Kreischer's got him like way up here. It's like there's no way you're that strong. Obviously, he choke slammed two guys actually.
Why?
Well, because Bert Kreischer had a special coming out on Netflix.
Oh,
So Netflix is throwing all these, to it's a sell, it's cross promoting on their network. So it was a good deal for WWE. So what you'll see pretty much every week or once a month or something, you'll see somebody that's like famous from another industry will be on Raw to cross promote their movie or their something, and they're going to do this. And they have like a small group of like six wrestlers that will always find themselves in a situation where they're uh, oh, we're going to come out to the ring and make fun of Bert Kreischer, who just happens to be in the front row, who's going to come over the railing and come into the ring and then choke slam. You know what I mean? Like, this is, you're going to see this shit now as long as they're on Netflix. This is what it's going to be. So, it
don't
is what it
watch
is.
your shit. If I want to watch your shit, I'll watch it. Don't force me to watch it.
Yeah.
I
It's,
hate
it's funny. Like, but yeah, you're going to see guys that it's not going to make any sense. But then again, if you go back in the history of like Raw and wrestling, they've done this. They've had like Drew Carey and Bob Barker and like, tons of like celebrities that have, showed up to Raw and then they use them for a one night thing where, you know, they always have like these, what you would call, I guess, not jobbers, but, maybe something like that. Guys that basically their whole purpose is to come out and lose, or they're in the funny matches. You know what I mean? And they'll have celebrities come in and get one over on them every single week, a different celebrity. And I think they had Betty White at one point. Like we're talking like every level of like, different kind of star. Um,
right.
and these wrestlers get to, I guess the only fun part about it is that you get to get kicked in the balls by Betty White, or you get to get choke slammed by, somebody that would never be able to do this in real life to you. You know what I mean? But you have to be willing to play along with that. So if you're going for a choke slam, you got to jump up and let the guy, and you got to know how to land and make it look like you really got choke slam. Your your whole purpose is to cross promote for the network that's paying for you at this point. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
I'm not I don't go to wrestling matches to promote my stuff, but I will be going to the next slap fight.
do they have those
Yeah.
in like Illinois,
No, no, I gotta fly out
Wisconsin?
to Vegas. I gotta fly out to Vegas and do it.
So you're gonna go as a contestant or a viewer?
No, I'm going as the local celebrity, and I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna slap fight the last Mohican.
Oh, you're gonna maybe Peter Dinklage
No, no, I'm gonna
slap
slap
the
fight.
shit out of him.
I'm gonna slap fight the last Mohican. He's their biggest heavyweight that they have,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go and cross promote my book. And yeah, me and Dana White have been talking about it. It's gonna be a really cool thing.
Is Dana White behind the slap fight? Is he? That's crazy. You watched those, right?
I
Like,
love it. Yeah, I watch it all the time. I actually play the game.
it's weird. Like I've watched those and some of the, man, they, the fucking slaps, dude. It looks so intense. And like by the end, you'll see like the one person's face will just be like, like,
I'll
and the
mangle
other
you.
side's like normal. And it's like, okay, after two of those, I think I would just be done. Like I don't think I would want to get slapped for a third, let alone a second, third, or fourth, however many times they do it.
There's 5 rounds.
Is it five right? Yeah, I couldn't go. I maybe could, but like the pain. And maybe it gets numb after like the second or third one, but like your eardrum can get blown out. Like
That's
just
why they got that's why they got earplugs.
yeah. But still, like it, it's just I don't know, dude. I wouldn't want to like and then how long does it take to your face to like go back to normal? Like I'm sure they ice the shit out of it. Like I wouldn't want to walk around looking like the guy from Goonies. My eyeball's now in a different
Yeah.
place. Hey, you guys, like it's weird.
Funny.
Could you ever do it? Could you get in, like, do a slap fighting tournament?
I don't know, dude.
Just the pain, man.
I mean, I'm fine with pain. I just don't want to get knocked the fuck out.
Well, it'd be hard for me to get slapped and not want to like immediately slap back or punch or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I get what we're doing here, but you slap me, I'm gonna want to retaliate. Like,
Yeah.
immediately, not like I gotta wait my turn now. Like, no, I don't know.
Yeah, let me
I'd
throw
probably be
some
like,
down.
I'd be like Habib, where or Conor McGregor. Who was the one throwing chairs at a bus? Was that Conor McGregor?
I think it was both of them.
Yeah, because well, one of them was throwing like chairs at the tour bus or something of
Yeah.
the other one, and that whole like thing, I can't remember, but who was doing what. But I know that was like a pretty intense UFC
Yeah.
feud. But yeah, I think Conor McGregor would do really well in WWE. But they
Yeah.
asked him, and he said no, he's not interested. But I just feel like he's the right kind of character that could like really he could really make some fucking money there, dude.
Hmm.
I just wonder why he doesn't want to. I think he feels like maybe it will delegitimize him or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like, who gives a shit at a certain point? Go make the money, dude. Like, fuck. You know how much
Yeah.
money he would make there?
God, yeah, he'd make a shit ton.
Yeah, it'd be nuts. But whatever. It is what it is. So,
Yeah.
yeah, enough about WWE. Do you want to get into Dear Dave?
Yeah, let's do a Dear Dave.
All right. Oh boy. Let's see here. Let's go with this one. Let me make it big so I can read it. Okay. Move these waters out of the way. Subject line. How do I, a 22 female, talk to my boyfriend, a 22 male, about not taking his last name if we get married in the future?
Okay.
Here's the meat of the letter. My boyfriend and I have been together for about a year and a half, and we've been talking more about our preferences for getting married and having kids in the future. We're pretty serious and are on the same page about almost everything. The one thing we both, hard disagree on is me changing my name to his. My family moved from my home country when I was a child, and almost all of my childhood memories are from there. I'm very proud of my heritage, and my ancestry in my home country goes back over 1,000 years. My boyfriend knows how important my heritage is to me and supports me in that. We typically have friendly banter when we have different names for things. When we were talking about if we were to get married, I said I'd want to keep my last name. I wouldn't mind if he wanted to take my last name too, but I don't want to take his. I have almost completely lost my accent and my vocabulary and forgotten so much of my culture because I was still young when my family moved. And it's difficult and expensive to go back, and I have practically no extended family here. My boyfriend's family, however, all live within 2 hours of each other. I think it's wonderful his family all live close by, but it makes me sad that I don't have any of that connection with my family and culture. My boyfriend said he'd like us to have the same last name, but he doesn't want to take mine because he's a bit traditional and doesn't want to change his last name. He also said he'd want our possible kids to have his last name as well because that's what's traditionally done and they'd be half his. This is another thing I don't agree with. My kids will most likely be fully part of his country and culture because we live here, and so does all his family. I don't want my future kids to not be a part of my culture, and I feel like their name is the only way to keep half of their heritage alive. Something important to note is that while I'm a different ethnicity and nationality to my boyfriend, we're the same race. So if we have kids in the future, there's nothing to show they have any connection to my culture at all. How do I go about talking to him about this?
There's a lot of like general things in that, which don't give me a whole lot to go on. So I would say have the conversation, explain to him why you want to keep your name, explain how important your culture is, and that you want to keep the lineage going. And worst case scenarios, you're gonna have to come to a compromise. And the compromise would be a hyphenated situation.
Yeah, hyphenated last name.
So it would be like Jones hyphen Jones. Because let's be honest, her last name's probably Jones, and his is probably also Jones. Um, so I would say hyphenation would be good. Um, or I mean, if you can't agree with it, then just don't get married. If that's really the end all be all, you know. And especially like it's going to be a difficult conversation to have that conversation to talk about the kids having your last name. Like, why would they do that if you guys don't have the same last name? Like it usually goes by the father's last name.
Mhm.
So
Even if you're not married, typically.
right. Yeah. So I think she's going to have to do some serious digging to find out what's more important, the last name or, I mean, just because you have a last name doesn't mean you can't support the culture. Like my last name is Block, very much German, but I still enjoy my Irish heritage and I
Mhm.
very much into my Irish culture, but not because of my last name. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like a name is just a name. You know, it's all in how you act and um, celebrate and honor your heritage. So if it's traditions, then go with traditions. If it's the last name and that has to be the last name, then you're gonna have to figure out somebody else to marry if he's not willing to do that. Or hyphenate is your best bet, you
Well,
know.
yeah, I guess if the whole, if everything about your relationship can be destroyed based on the taking or not taking of a last name, that seems weird to me that everything else doesn't really matter then. The
Right.
great times you have together, everything else is just wonderful. But that, like, that's weird to me. Um, I would say I'm also a traditionalist, so take this for what it's worth. But to me, it's cunty to not take the guy's last name.
Mhm.
It to me, it means that you're not fully invested here in this thing. And also, there's nothing more annoying than the hyphenated bullshit. Oh, let's, we'll go with I'm Jones Jones. You're just fucking Jones. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, it's like, I'm not doing this hyphenated bullshit because then your kids have hyphenated names. And now we're having to learn first, middle, last, last. Like, no, we're not. It's stupid. I also think it's ridiculous because this exists. I've heard of dudes taking the woman's last name. And
Mhm.
I guess if you're not a traditionalist and you're like, whatever, to each their own, right? When it's all said and done, to each their own. Take his last name, have him take your name, hyphenate. I don't know, add six more words that we're just going to hyphenate on here. Like, I am such and such uh, Jones, but I'm a cunt. Add it all on. You might as well because who gives a shit at that point? It's stupid to me. Like, I think what you can do here is kind of like what you said, Dave. You insert your culture in other ways. The name is just, to me, it doesn't mean you're not supporting your culture or you're not, you want that to live on. Well, how's that gonna, if they have, let's just say, we'll use I assume this is Hispanic, right? So let's go with a white last name, a Johnson is the dude's last name, and then what's like a common Guerrero or something
Right.
like
Yeah,
Sanchez. Let's go Sanchez, right? So
Sancho.
you're a Johnson Sanchez.
Hmm.
So how does that keep the culture alive with your kids? If like even she says herself in this that she's forgotten a lot of her culture. She's lost her accent, the vocabulary. So it's already kind of disappeared. So just by keeping the name is going to keep it alive?
No.
No, it doesn't really. Not if you're not going to teach them, say, Spanish or talk about their grandparents and their great grandparents and all that. You know what I mean? Like you have to do that in like an everyday life type thing. You know what I mean? If you teach them young, you can teach them, say, English and Spanish at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, that's ways to keep that culture and that heritage alive. The name doesn't really matter. Like,
It's just a word.
or you want to keep the shit alive? Go get with somebody from that country, from your that has the same heritage and beliefs and all this. Go be with somebody. Then your name will be Sanchez Guerrero, whatever, and your kids will be brought up in that. You know what I mean? But I'm a traditionalist too. So I think the woman should take the guy's last name. The hyphenation's nonsense. That's my opinion.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was just offering suggestions. I don't agree with it either, but they want advice, and that's your best
No,
advice.
and I think it's good to offer the advice. I'm giving my opinion on the advice too. So you do you. Here's the other thing. You're 22.
Right.
There's time to discuss this. Like, I think you need to focus on the getting back into your culture and making it a part of your life, which might make you less concerned about the name and more about instilling these cultural things into your children's lives. If you've already instilled it in your life, you've lost it, and for some reason the name is what's going to be the thing that's going to bring it all back, but it's not.
It's not, no.
You need to make it part of your life, which will then make it part of your kids' lives and all that. That's how you keep that heritage and that culture and all that shit going. A name isn't going to do that.
Right.
Anyways, good luck to you. You want to do another one?
Yeah, let's do one more.
One that I'm not screaming at the person over?
You're not screaming.
Well, I kind of felt like that was a rant a little bit.
Nah.
All right, let's do another one. Ooh, okay. This one's titled "Since Deleting Instagram."
Okay.
Dot dot dot. All right, here we go. I feel robbed of the mornings from 10 years of my life where I would wake up around 10, sometimes 9, if I'm being generous, check Insty, that's in quotes,
Yeah.
and already feel ashamed that 200 of my Instagram friends had been on their morning sunrise walks, done an hour long HIIT gym session. The hell is that?
Highly intensive inside training. I don't
Something
know.
like that. And already caught up with a mate for coffee. I feel robbed of the days from 10 years of my life where I would put on an outfit for the day, look in the mirror, and feel immensely insecure. Just 20 minutes ago, I had lusted over three beautiful people wearing the most gorgeous outfits on their most perfect bodies. I feel like this is a poem. I
Yeah,
feel robbed of the social outings from 10 years of my life where I would be pre-drinking with my friends for a big night out, but constantly checking Instagram every 5 minutes, riddled with anxiety, refreshing my feed to see if the boy I had been seeing or any of his friends were going out that night. I feel Instagram took away many times that should have been filled with happiness, but were instead filled with shame, insecurity, and anxiety. Since deleting Instagram 2 years ago, I genuinely have a new lease on life. I wake up every morning and feel proud of the life I live and the things I've accomplished. I still wake up at 10 most mornings. Must be nice.
mhm.
I put on an outfit and feel confident. And honestly, good looking, even though I look pretty much the exact same. I hang out with my friends and I am present. I'm not thinking about anything else in the outside world, only living in the moment, having a really good time. My anxiety has virtually disappeared. I'm very aware that this is a personal experience, but deleting Instagram was the best thing I ever did. Apparently, there is no question.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, I haven't got a question.
So I guess it's an opinion piece. We should comment on it, eh?
It's an opinion puff piece. I'm curious about lusting after three beautiful, perfect bodied people. What's that all about? Like, are we talking men, women? What are we in
Yeah,
lusting?
does it
Want to have sex, or we just want to see them naked? Like, what are we talking here?
most gorgeous outfits on their most perfect body. I have to assume that's not a lusted is probably a word for jealous.
Yeah,
That's how I take it. I was jealous over three beautiful people wearing the most gorgeous outfits on their most perfect bodies. I'm jealous of their outfits. I'm jealous of their perfect bodies. I'm jealous of, that's how I take it.
yeah, yeah. That one was a weird one. I don't
Yeah.
even know how to comment other than the whole lust thing. That's where it kind of threw me off there.
Um,
Well, thanks for emailing us. Thanks for telling us your wonderful lusty life.
this is what I'll say. I think it's great that you got rid of Instagram and are living in the moment.
Oh, that too, yeah.
I think you shouldn't feel robbed of the 10 years or whatever that you were on Instagram. It's a period of your life that at the time it seemed like that's the thing you should do, right? Just like right now, I look at Instagram when I'm taking a shit. And that's the only time I look at Instagram. I don't do social media. The only time I'm going to is if I'm taking a shit or if I'm sitting in like a doctor's office or something like it's basically like, what am I going to do to pass the time?
Yeah.
So it's not something that and these people that it consumes their life. So let me give you an example. I think it was the last episode, I was talking about going to a playoff hockey game, or it was
Yeah.
the final game of the season, right? So I'm sitting there, my kid's next to me, and there was one seat. Like I normally like to sit on the aisle, but that seat was already taken, or it wasn't available for a ticket. So somebody had already bought it. I'm sitting there, like 2 minutes before the game starts. This, like, if I had to guess, a 22-year-old
Yeah. Super.
girl who had like the fucking like the hockey, what you would call puck bunnies,
Yep.
right? This type where she had the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
So she sits down. The She sat there for the first period and she never came back. But the entire first period, it was this. It was taking pictures. It was posting. It was like if there was a whistle, I would like glance down kind of and look, and she's like posting these pictures. She's taking videos. She was doing reactions to like if you had texted me like, "Hey, I'll see you after the game." Instead of like texting back like sounds good, which is what I would do, it would be like me doing a reaction video of me going, "This is what she did, dude. I literally watched her do this." She like does a smile thing or whatever, and
Right.
like it's a half a second video, but of her smiling, and then sends it to whoever or you know what I mean? It was
Post.
really weird, dude. And it wasn't just that. It was like multiple of those types of things. It was her reaction to somebody's thing rather than typing. It's weird, dude. I've never like been around that, so it's what I imagine like the new generation like that must be a thing, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, it's
It is.
weird.
It's very annoying. And I hate Instagram. I don't like any of the social medias, going back into that. Like, yes, I'm glad that she got rid of it. I'm saying it's she.
I'm
Because
pretty sure it's a she.
there's people get so, like you said, consumed. I have a friend of
Yeah.
mine that is overly consumed. They're not making any money on TikTok or Twitter or Instagram or any of that stuff, but they put so much pressure on themselves to engage and post daily.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so what? You missed a day. Who gives a shit? Who cares? Who really cares? Do you think the 300 people that follow you really give a shit that you didn't post? Oh my God, they didn't post today. Shit. I wonder if they're dead. No, they're probably
Right.
not even looking because they're following thousands of people anyway. So
Yeah.
it's yeah, and I only use it for doom scrolling or shitting or whatever, like you said, it's like whenever I've got a free minute, I'll jump on and just scroll and see what's on there. You
What is
know,
doom scrolling?
doom scrolling is just basically like wasting time just scrolling through. And
Okay.
it's like rabbit holing. You get on, especially like TikTok, you just fucking you watch one video, you go to the next video, go to the next video, next thing you know, you're doomed because you're just stuck in this loop, you know. And
Remember
it's
I told you like when I would send you videos on Instagram, you would know that I
yep,
was taking a shit or I was like sitting was waiting on something.
yeah.
You could always know. So like you could go back and actually figure out my shit schedule based on when I send you things because that's what I'm doing.
Mhm.
But I've also noticed like if I don't have my phone in the bathroom, I'm done shitting in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
When I sit there and scroll, it's fucking 30 minutes, man. So I do notice I waste time. It's like an addiction. You got to scroll because the next thing might be really interesting. The next thing, what about the next video?
Yeah.
Women are really bad with this with their reels, dude. My wife will sit there and reel. It's like, do something else. Jesus Christ. Like, uh, I don't get it. And I do think people will look like this person. They're looking back and saying, man, I wasted 10 years of my life fucking scrolling. And I do
Yeah.
think people are going to look back and say, what was I doing? Like, do you remember even a quarter of the videos you just watched? I bet after an hour of watching videos, I could say, all right, tell me about every single video you watched. And you would remember two of them. And you watched 60.
Right.
So it's pointless, it's meaningless, I don't think it's good for humans. At the very least, go sit outside and do it because at least then you're getting fresh air and sunlight.
Teacher, yeah. Well, and that's the
But
problem with it too, is people are getting programmed. Their attention is way worse, their focus is worse, their memory is worse because they're getting stuck to this fucking 10-second scrolling. They watch a 10-second to a 12-second video, go to the next one. Like their attention span is shit now.
hmm, I also think like there's expectations. Okay, so um, there's there's like videos of everything, right? But then you'll have women giving advice on relationships. You'll have guys giving advice on relationships. You'll have all of these different things, right?
Right.
Um, the people getting kicked in the balls, and it's very much like Idiocracy, the movie, right? But you have all this stuff. Well, some of these, like, I've seen these dudes and these women giving advice on relationships. And it's interesting because the advice they're giving is about their own situation. But then if say you're sitting there watching it and you're like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to make that part of my relationship now."
Mhm.
Well, now you're introducing something that was never, like, I feel like this is something that can get hairy really quick. Like, you could essentially start ruining your own
Oh yeah,
current
because
situation because
yeah.
uh it's some bitch that's on the other side of the world that says, well, men should only be the ones doing the dishes. Or, I'm just saying something stupid, but like what, not saying women should be the only ones doing dishes. I think both, whoever, whatever, have a system that works in your relationship. But say you're the female and you've always done the dishes, but now you've watched a reel of a lady saying, "Well, I don't I don't ever do the dishes. My man does the dishes, and if he doesn't, then no sex for him, let's just say, right?" So
Mhm.
then now your wife gets a bug up her ass and says, "Oh, that's a good idea." Okay.
Right.
So while he's working 14 hours a day, we're not considering that situation. But the girl video you just watched, you don't know the backstory there that that guy literally does nothing all day. So yeah, maybe he should do the fucking dishes.
I
But
mean,
let's say the situation you're in, your husband's working 14 hours a day, and now you're also going to say, "Well, you're making dinner and doing the dishes tonight." Well, he's going to be like, "Well, what the fuck? You haven't done anything all day besides, you know what I mean?" There, it's a misunderstanding of different people's lives. So really, should they be putting out those fucking things? I guess you could say the same thing. Well, what makes you guys qualified to sit here and give opinions on? Well, here's the thing. We didn't tell you to write a fucking email to us. You did. So we're just responding to
we
it.
ask we ask you to.
Yeah, we ask you to. It doesn't mean you have to, though.
But
We're not
also, I'm a
forcing
licensed
you.
fucking counselor, so I
Yeah.
that's what gives me credentials or whatever you said, qualified. That's what makes you
Yeah.
qualified.
Dave's qualified to diagnose you and actually like give you trained responses. On the other hand, just give opinion. I have
Mm.
no qualifications, but we all know that. So, but we're not making these videos that, and if you take what I say and apply it to your life, then I mean, it is what it is, I guess. But at the same time, like the same thing with if Dave says and you apply it to your life, but we're not. I don't think we're sitting here doing that same thing.
Right.
Like I don't know. It
It's
is what
different.
it is. The point is, like, I think people need to, like, these reels and shit like that. Don't base your fucking change your life or your relationship because of, you don't know the backstory, I guess. You know what I mean? Which is why I qualified my answer to the previous one that I am also of the traditional mindset. And then I gave my opinion. If you're not, then hear what I'm saying, but that doesn't mean apply it. You don't have to apply it. I don't care what that lady does in her thing. She can go hyphenate or do it if she wants. I'm
Right.
just telling you, if it was me, and you know what I mean, your whole everything you have with this other person gets thrown out the door because of a name. mm,
It's pretty fucking stupid.
then was the relationship real? You know what I mean? Like if we're hung up on a name. This, I think, I guess what it all boils down to is, I think social media really needs to be toned back for people. And I think the younger generations, it actually is increasing rather than toning back.
Yeah.
I think people our age are getting further away from it. Like we were there as it came up. We were part of it, but we're realizing just how much of a fucking pointless bunch of bullshit it is, and we're pulling back from
Right.
doing it, right? Like constantly. And I think the younger generations, they live for it. They live for the expect or the the reaction. Like if a kid posts something and they don't have 20 likes immediately or comments, I think like people probably start thinking of, well, I'm going to commit suicide because nobody fucking like. And it's like this shouldn't even be a thing. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like to be thinking that way because you didn't get likes or comments or whatever. It's like everything you do is for some sort of fucking reaction of people that don't actually give a shit about anything that you're doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? And a lot of these people are liking your shit because they want you to go like their shit. And it's like, who cares? It's stupid. I don't know. The whole thing is it's toxic. Social media is toxic.
It really is.
And I think everybody should go on your phone, look at the social media accounts that you have, delete one. Just delete one, start with, and do your best to live without it. If you've made it 2 months, then delete another one.
Yeah.
Do your best to live without it. Go 4 months, delete another one. Until you have no more left, and I guarantee you'll get way more out of life.
Yeah, because you won't
And
be.
I have no certification, but I guarantee it.
Oh, you're right. Because you won't be just sitting around doing nothing, watching fucking doom scrolling. You're doomed
Exactly.
because you just sit there and scroll and do nothing.
Yeah. Like when I go to a hockey game, I'm not sitting there. Because I want to see how people watch it. Like to me, I get more out of that.
Mhm.
I know there's somebody watching that's like, you're just old. You're just old. That's all. Well, not really. Well, I am, but like, it's not interesting what a the dumb shit that like I can only see so many guys get kicked in the balls on a construction site. You know what I mean? Like I've seen it. Like it's all these videos are just repeats of something somebody else has already done. You know
Oh
what
yeah,
I
I
mean?
mean, how many times can you watch a video where a boy is playing t-ball with his dad and he hits the ball and goes right to the dad's nuts?
Yeah,
A million,
exactly.
like a million of them out there.
Yeah. And you know when I okay, so this is the only thing I enjoy now about uh you call it doom scrolling, I'll call it shit scrolling,
Mhm.
is if I do come across one of these videos that like instantly go to the comment section because I find the comment sections to be more entertaining than the video itself because of stupid people arguing about shit that's in the video.
About shit that doesn't mean
It's
anything.
fascinating to me and it really gives you a good picture of where we're at as a society in terms of intelligence. It's
Or lack
it's
thereof.
decreasing. We are full blown 100% headed into idiocracy.
We're de-evolving because
It's
we're relying too much on technology.
and you know what's fascinating about the comment section is that I wouldn't even be surprised if the actual humans that are commenting there are actually arguing with bots that are AI driven. It's not even a fucking person. You're
Yeah.
arguing with an AI like bot that is
Yeah.
engaging you so that they're and I guarantee you these AI bots are behind the people that are posting the video. So like let's say I have 9 accounts. I post a video on one and my other 8 are AI bots that are commenting on that video, arguing with other people that are seeing this video to drive up comments, to drive up interest, to get it out there even more. All for what? So
Just
when you go on the internet and argue with people, you're arguing with bots.
Mhm.
You're arguing with people that's not even real. It's so pointless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fascinating. And that's our future.
Future looks great, doesn't it?
Remember, this is our future. This is what I really think it is. Take the movie Idiocracy. Now take the movie Wall-E, where they're all floating around on chairs.
Never saw it.
Smash them together. Well, you need to see Wall-E because beyond the that part, the Wall-E is a really good story. But anyways, if you took the two, the level of stupidity, but yet with the futuristic stuff, if you smash those two movies together, that is the future. unless we get our shit together.
Yeah.
So everybody get rid of social media one at a time. Just slowly. Don't I'm not gonna say do it all right now. Just get rid of one at a time. Go 2 months without it and then delete the next one. You will realize how much more fulfilling life is.
Fulfilling and meaningful.
Yeah. You'll get way more out of life. You'll actually you'll hear birds chirping. You'll like, like things in nature, things in general, you'll get more into. You know what I mean? Like you'll feel more in tune with reality too. You won't I honestly think a lot of people's anxiety, a lot of people's like stress, pressure that they put on themselves, it's because of social media. Oh, well, Kim Kardashian wore whatever. I have to go to the store now and find something to... No, you don't.
Right.
Nobody gives a shit, Shelly. They think you're wearing something that you bought at Walmart. Who cares? That's what you can afford.
Kim
You know?
Kardashian has 1 million followers and 425,000 likes on this post. I have 3 followers and 1 like.
Yeah.
I should go kill myself now.
Yeah. The weirdness of the comparison, and you know what I mean? Like it's stupid. It really is stupid.
It
There's
really,
also a reason I don't follow certain people, like Kim Kardashian. Like because it's pointless. It's like her whole purpose is to influence.
hmm.
You know the people I like to follow that have a lot of followers are people like Britney Spears that are just doing weird shit
Yeah, she's doing some weird shit.
with her dancing, but she's like always naked and but like just enough where you don't see anything, but like she's weird. But she's not influencing, she's not pushing anything. She's just out there in her own fucking world doing her thing. You know what I mean? It's like anyways. Um but yeah, I don't know, dude. Like it's a weird world.
It is.
Everybody
It
get rid of one social media, go 2 months, and then get rid of the next one. I promise you, you will thank me. By the end of this year, 2025, you will come back. If you do what I said, by the end of the year, you'll come back and we'll get an email that'll say, man, I'm so glad I did what you told me to do. I have, been living life. I've gone on trips. I've actually went to see the whatever in Greece and it was the most amazing vacation because I wasn't buried with my fucking head in my phone the entire time.
right.
You know what I mean?
Actually like engaged with people,
Yeah.
you know.
Not saying you can't go take a picture and shit like that. Like use your phone for the good things that you can do with it, but at the same time, like, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's that. All right, so we're done with your day.
Yeah, we are.
Turned into a rant.
What you watching there, homie?
I went and saw a movie.
Okay.
I was gonna go Tuesday where it's cheap, but didn't make it. So I went on Wednesday, Thursday. I think it was Thursday. No, Wednesday. Went Wednesday. And I saw The Amateur.
Okay.
Have you heard of this? You have heard of it.
Hmm.
Shall I pull it up real quick here and then I'll share the screen? Have you seen it?
I have not seen it.
Okay, let me share the screen so we can get on the same page. You know what I mean? That's clever.
Hmm.
Okay, you can see it.
Right there.
All right, so The Amateur with Lawrence Fishburne and Rami Malek or whatever.
Freddie Mercury, yeah.
Oh, is he the guy that played Freddie Mercury?
Yeah.
Okay. So he plays like this like a decoder or yeah, decoder, that's what it says. For the CIA. And his wife goes to London for a conference or something. And while in London, these like kind of this like hit team that was doing a robbery, it kind of like goes wrong and they are trying to get out. And where the conference is happening, they're like running through there and like shooting at the cops or whatever, and take his wife hostage and use her as like a so that they don't get shot all the way back to their vehicles. And then, spoiler alert, in the street, they fucking shoot her and then they take off. Well, the CIA, because they tap into all these cameras and all this shit, they tap into all the shit and they can literally they like see like what actually happened and whatever. So they got to go tell him, this Rami Malik character, that yeah, your wife's just been killed by terrorists or whatever in London, and so then he makes it his mission now to go and I want to face the killers that killed my wife, and one by one, I want to take them out.
Right.
But at the same time, CIA is like, no, you need to let us handle it, yada yada yada. And he basically like there's kind of like a sub story where um there's some like not sanctioned drone attack type things um that happen or that
Mm.
had happened, and certain like I don't know if it's what the guy's character was exactly. He's a director of something, a director more, this guy here. Um, he signed off on this shit, but it's supposed to be like classified or whatever.
Yeah.
So he basically says like if you don't fucking put me through the training so I can go get revenge on these people, I'm gonna release all this shit to the public, which basically would like ruin his career or whatever and make him look like a real piece of shit, right? So kind of blackmails him and says he's got like a dead man switch. So if like you kill me, this stuff's going out anyways. You know what I mean? So then they put him through the training or whatever, all while they're trying to find the dead man switch to get rid of it. So he goes through the training, then it becomes a hunt because then he goes off to London and he's all these different places in the world like James Bond does.
Right.
And one by one he kills these guys through like basically not like I shoot them. It's like you're in a situation and I've set a booby trap. I then confront you. I give you the opportunity to get out of the situation, but you will die no matter what. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Saw in a fucked up way. Uh,
Yeah.
how he does these things and so on and so forth. So that's the movie. It was pretty good. Um,
Yeah. It
you-
looks good. I saw the trailer a week or two ago, and I was like, well, it looks kind of good.
yeah.
I've just been too busy to go see it. The other one that I want to see is Drop. That's right there.
Oh yeah, that one looks really good.
That one looks good. I did see a movie. I didn't go to the theater to see it. I saw it at the comfort of my own home, and that is on my Vudu, A Working Man.
Jason Statham, huh?
Yeah, have you seen this one or seen a trailer or anything?
Oh, I saw previous to this when I went and saw a different movie.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. Um, he was like an Army Ranger or something. I don't remember exactly what part of Special Forces he was, but he was. And then he got out of that life, and now he's a construction worker, as you see there. The owner of the construction company's daughter gets kidnapped to get sex trafficked, basically, and they ask him to help find her. And so it's almost kind of beekeeper-ish.
Hmm.
He's on a mission to just fucking tear shit up to find her. And it's very, very, I wouldn't say gruesome, but there's a lot of death. And that like that beat up scene there, man, that was pretty gruesome.
Yeah, it's a Jason Statham vehicle.
Yes, it's
Basically, like what's his name? The Taken guy.
Liam
Liam
Neeson.
Neeson. I want to see Liam Neeson and Jason Statham in the same movie.
Yeah. Did you see Liam
Or-
Neeson's making The Naked Gun?
What?
Yeah, there's a new Naked Gun. Liam Neeson's playing Frank Drebin.
Get the fuck out of here.
Uh-uh.
That's got to be a lie. What?
Yeah,
Well, anyway, I'm gonna watch A Working Man on your video.
yeah, dude, look at it. I wish you could hear it.
Well, yeah, we don't want to play it because we'll get dinged on YouTube.
This is
But
the best. It's just funny as shit. Watch. So there's this nasty armed robbery in a bank, and this little girl walks in. I mean,
oh wow. So it's basically Naked Gun, but like in Liam Neeson Taken style.
yeah, Liam Neeson is Frank Drebin's son.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, see, he's talking to his dad right there, and then he's talking to his dad. Like all of them are talking to their dads, and he's like, that part cracked me up, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know this was a thing.
yeah, I shared that trailer the other day.
Pamela Anderson's in it. Wow. I'm gonna
Cody
have to
Rhodes is
see
in it.
the Cody Rhodes.
Yeah,
What?
Buster
Buster Rhymes.
Rhymes.
This is very interesting. I had no idea they were making another one.
Yeah,
Um, wow.
I'm happy to. I definitely want to see it.
So those are my favorite type of movie. The Liam Neeson kind of, or not the Liam Neeson, the fuck was his name?
Leslie Nielsen.
Wesley Nielsen. Um, his those parody type movies.
Yeah.
I I, I love that kind of comedy. Uh, it's brilliant.
I'll have to look at Voodoo and see if they have the three of them on a special so I can get them because I haven't seen them in a while.
Yeah, man. When does this come out?
August 1st.
Oh, I got ways to wait yet, but this will be like that first week it's out, I'll be seeing it.
Okay.
Unless like it's one of those where like you like pre-order and it shows up there, then I'll just watch it on the video. But um, definitely one I'm gonna see.
Yeah, I'll definitely pre-order it when I can because
It's good. Man,
oh
I
yeah.
had no idea that they would. I just figured, okay, we're done with Police Squad, and I was okay with that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, this will be interesting because this is the first time Liam Neeson's done anything like that.
yeah.
He's never done a comedy before that I know of. No.
Frank Drebin Jr.
Yeah. Other
So
than other than Walking or Working Man, I haven't had time to see anything. So I haven't really watched anything else.
it's okay. I think like I don't think the goal for this segment is to see as much as we can. I think it's to see
No,
quality and talk about the one or two things that we like really
it,
enjoy.
it's
So
just weird because usually I have like 50 movies every week,
or
but
TV shows or something like
yeah,
that.
I just been too damn busy.
It's okay. I think it's good. You see one movie, I see one movie,
Yeah. And
and then
I'm
you present something like this. So
still shitting on Minecraft, so I'll be doing that for a while.
yeah, eh,
Such a shitty fucking movie.
it is what it is.
Did you see it? I can't remember.
Yeah, I saw it in 3D.
Oh, that's right. You saw it in
I do think 3D helped, but I also probably came in with a little more open mind. Now, I guess the only thing we can talk about with that is apparently is a big controversy that all these theaters and the chicken jockey scene and people are
yeah.
like throwing popcorn and doing a whole big hubbub and all this shit and I don't understand why, like why that's so exciting or why that's so such a thing. I don't get it. I don't understand that.
There
But
was a TikTok thing or a meme. They took the chicken jockey me and made it a meme, and some kid went fucking crazy about it, and then they just now they do it in movie theaters, and the movie
so
theaters.
has it turned into because I saw people comparing it. to this. The oh, what's that? Rocky Horror Picture Show when you go watch the movie and
Yeah.
the audience all shouts those things at different times and you throw things up at different times and like it's a whole thing apparently.
Yep.
I went and actually saw the Rocky Horror Picture Show at Starlight before I moved,
Mhm.
and it was like not the whole crowd, but there was a group of people that were into that thing and they did that. You know what I mean? Like they had the newspaper and then they had
Yeah.
what little confettis or whatever that they did, the whole thing. And so it was interesting watching that. But like, is this turning into that for
Apparently,
Minecraft? Like,
apparently, but it's such a piece of shit movie. Like I couldn't get into that.
it's a Jack Black vehicle, is what it is. Did you see the video of Jack Black showing up at a theater with the fucking Minecraft pick, like that
Oh,
whatever, and he shows up with a microphone, and they like must have speakered him in somehow, and like the fucking people are they didn't expect it. He just
no.
shows up and he's like, "I am Steve," and all this shit. So, uh, and then he's doing Jack Black, where he's running around and
Right. Doing his
whatever with his crazy hair and like I liked Jack Black. I feel like he's overrated. I feel like his whole banter and everything he has become, it's just not funny to me anymore.
Yeah,
Oh,
I can only hear do bop, scooty doo doo bop, doo bop, doo boo boo bop boo so much.
yeah.
You know what I mean? He does it all the time. Squealy doo and all the other stupid shit. Like and I think a lot of it too with me is I have not liked him since the whole Kyle Gass thing.
Oh, when Kyle Gass did the Trump thing.
Yeah. I haven't
Yeah.
liked him.
Yeah, when Jack Black said, I had no idea he was going to do that. Bullshit. You knew exactly what he was going to do, and you allowed it. Now you've distanced yourself from it.
Yeah, because he got backlash.
Yeah, like a lot of backlash, and he saw the writing on the wall. Well, if I don't distance myself, my shit's done.
Mm.
And there was a time, Dave, if you remember, way back in the day, that we were both really into the what was this band called?
Tenacious D.
Yeah, Tenacious D. Like we had we're gonna do our own kind of version of this at one point, and there's stuff out there you could probably go find where we are playing on that and whatever. But like it was like a thing. We were like into it, and I have not been into his music in a long time. The movie they made, The Pick of Destiny or whatever, like I was into Jack Black at one point, and he did not age well. Let's put it that way. And I'm not talking about his appearance or whatever. It's just his antics are they're very much for like 8-year-olds. Like
Yeah.
he's like 8-year-olds will like him. 8 through like 16 maybe would like him, maybe 15. And then I think he's just not interested anymore. He's like, eh,
Yeah, I don't really care too much about him. I've outgrown him.
yeah. I would say I've outgrown him too,
Yeah, for sure.
which is too bad. Too bad for him because um but if he keeps making this type of movie that are video game based or whatever, he will have a fan base. Any studio that makes a movie based on a video game will make money. That or comics. Those are foolproof things right now for some reason.
Yeah,
Everybody's into the comic book, the Marvel, the DC, all that shit, and they're into video games. If you make a fucking movie about video games, it will make money. You know what they should do? They should take the bitch that played Snow White. They should put her into a video game movie and see if she can redeem herself. I bet you she'll fuck that up too.
yeah. So
Yeah. Oh well. Good for her. All right. I don't know how long we've been going for, but
a minute, a while.
a while. So
We could probably say toodaloo.
call her quits for today.
Yeah.
All right.
Now that
Well,
we now that we've been shitting on social medias all day long, let's go ahead and pimp out our social media sites.
Well, you'll notice on our social medias, the the X, the TikTok, and the Instagram are not as it's not a daily or multiple times a day type thing. Um, it's few and far between. So don't worry if you want to follow, we'll be there. We're there, but
Mhm.
we're not like always gonna be constant. If you need something constant, then our show's not for you anyways. So um so yeah, let's go the opposite direction today. X, we're at guys still high number 5. Make sure you go follow us there. Don't delete that one. And TikTok, where guys who still high 5 all spelled out. Go follow us there. Don't delete that one either. Then Instagram, where guys who still high number 5. Go follow us there. Don't delete that one. Or you can go to YouTube. You can watch us there or listen there. Apparently, the audio feed is also going to YouTube.
Hmm.
I didn't realize that until I was looking the other day. I was like, oh yeah, I must have set this up so not only are you getting video, but you can listen to audio at YouTube. Uh, YouTube.com/at symbol guys who still high 5 all spelled out. You can also listen or watch at Patreon, but at Patreon, you can also subscribe and get bonus content, which is just extra for the subscribers. It's extra good stuff. Patreon.com/ guys who still high 5 all spelled out. And if you would like to send us an opinion piece, have a question, comment, concern, whatever, you can email us at guys who still high number 5 at gmail.com.
Yes.
That takes care. I actually think it worked better going backwards. We're going to do that from now on.
So
So,
if we go
anyways,
backwards,
pick
isn't
pick a social media to go back to that thing. Pick a social media that isn't one of those.
yeah, there you go. But if we
And
go backwards, is that eventually going to be the right way then? And then we wouldn't be going backwards anymore?
well, yes, as of today, well, I guess backwards. It's because of how it's written. I'm going to start at the bottom and I'm going to read up as opposed to the top down. So,
Mhm.
however we pitch it, that's the best way and the right way. But I think it flows better that way. Now that we've tried it that way, I like it. So,
Cool.
uh, either way, those are the social medias we have. And you can also follow us on all the the podcast things. Just go search guys who still high 5. You'll find us.
We're
Um,
there.
we're there. And yeah. So start deleting the social medias like that we're not on. Let's start with Facebook. Everybody get rid of Facebook.
Yeah,
Let's do it as a team, right? We're all gonna delete Facebook, and then we're gonna see how these 2 months go with no Facebook, and then we'll talk about one of these other ones.
that works.
Get rid of Pinterest if you're a female.
Yeah. Pinterest. Oh,
Is that shit? Good Lord. All right. Well, until next time, Dave.
these are
Right on.
left off.